Buddy, what's up? What's going on? And welcome back. CantDrop here again today. So today I wanted to bring you guys a video about some legendaries and a couple of the effects that I've been playing around with. I have made 2 legendaries so far. Yes, I wanted to test a couple of things. A rank 1 190 item level Latent Poison Injector effect on a helmet and a Wildfire Cluster Bomb effect on a rank 2 210 item level belt. So the reason why I wanted to do this is because I wanted to test to see if there was any generalized damage increase for the legendary effect based off of ranks, not just an increase to your overall base stats to that item for that piece of gear itself. And the information I found out is that the effect does not increase in damage based off of your rank in item level for your legendary effect. The only damage increase I have seen so far or anything stat-wise, basically that increases the damage of your overall legendary effect is Versa or Mastery. With that being said, your base stats are the only thing that increase based off of your rank besides the item level. I needed to test that because if the effect damage increased based off of the rank, then it would always be more efficient to make the rank 3. Not like it's not as is now, but it would just be plainly more obviously efficient to just make rank 3 right off the bat. But it doesn't work that way. So another thing that I wanted to test was the Latent Poison Injector versus the Wildfire Cluster Bomb Legendary. Mainly because if you look at the two, the Latent Poison just seems really nice. Like, it's just self-explanatory. You are naturally dotting up all targets with Serpent Sting to begin with. It's nothing new. You're going to automatically dot up every target you possibly can with Serpent Sting, so as you tab through and each target dies, you're just going to hit them with a Raptor Strike, and it's going to be just as good, basically, as a kill command increase. So no biggie. It's a good damage increase. At 10 stacks where mine is right now, it's going to give me 2,200 and something increased damage off of my next Raptor Strike or Mongoose Bite at a max of 10 stacks. So it's self-explanatorily nice. But my biggest question about it was, versus the Wildfire Cluster Bomb, how many bombs does the legendary actually drop around as a cluster? Does it do enough to compare to being able to just tab through and get bonus damage off of your naturally spammed main ability? Or is it going to be better? And the testing that I found out was that running through with the injectors, dotting up mobs with Serpent Sting, going through tab targeting, and doing the absolute best I can to maximize my stacks of Latent Poison on the target, I was only able to get a 4 to 6% total damage increase. That's not bad. 4 to 6% is still good increase over not having the 4 to 6%. But here's where it got funky. So as I was testing the Latent Poison Injectors, I also ended up getting the Trinket from, I think it's Halls of Atonement or Attunement or something like that in Revendreth, where you apply a buff to yourself, you coat your weapon in poison, and for an hour you can basically have a high chance on dealing damage to an enemy to apply that poison that ticks over 6 seconds. That's a really nice trinket. It's just extra easy bonus damage. Now your Latent Poison Injector basically stacks. When it applies, it's not doing damage, only your Serpent Sting is, so it's not going to trigger that effect. Now, with the Wildfire Cluster Bomb, it does trigger that effect. So easily saying when those extra little bombs are exploding, even if you did not apply that effect to the target before the bomb exploded, those little cluster hits will also give you a chance to apply that dot or any other on-hit ability that you can get. The injector stacks do not. So it's a little bit of a tidbit, extra bonus that you could get based off of what kind of trinket you want to run or what kind of setup you want to run for gear. I was really skeptical because I really wanted I guess I could just say that I was really hoping that Latent Poison would kind of be better than Wildfire Cluster, just because Wildfire Cluster just seems really boring. There's not really many ways to optimize it besides throw it into a big group of mobs. Not really much of a play style around it. Now, this is only for PvE. I'm definitely not talking about PvP. You know, this is like, it just seems like such a boring legendary. Like, you just throw your bomb that you already have to talent 2 separate different talents into just to get your 2 stacks and your infusion. Now you have to use a legendary to get massive increased damage, and in my opinion, you know, it's just boring. But the outcome is exceedingly ridiculous, because when I did the comparison between the two, and I went back and I looked at the footage of me doing a Latent Poison dungeon and doing this dungeon right here using the Wildfire Cluster Legendary, the difference is absolutely stupid. It's so much of a difference, it's kind of sickening at some points. With that being said, the Wildfire Cluster Legendary, like I said earlier in the video, is a rank 2, 210 item level belt. And it gave me a minimum increase over the crappiest run I had in a dungeon, wiping consistently due to just people not following mechanics or something happening like that. A 7% increase on damage. That's still a 1% total damage increase over the Latent Poison Injector dot or stacks that you're using on every target tab targeting through. That's a 1% increase over all of that. And Latent Poison, it takes so much to be able to maximize it. Like, you literally have to be focusing, like tunnel visioning those stacks, because if you don't, you're just not doing the damage, and you're basically just wasting your Serpent Sting dot that you just applied for that legendary. You're not wasting damage loss, but that's only as the Serpent Sting stands. You're wasting a lot of damage if you're not tab targeting through Raptor Striking. It's really, like, the difficulty between the uses of the legendaries and the difference in the overwhelming difference in the damage output is kind of disappointing. I think the harder the legendary that it is to use and maximize its potential, the better the damage should be, in my opinion. It shouldn't go always, but still, this is just one of those cases where survival hunters already lack as is, so give them, if they're going to play a legendary that's harder to play, give them a little bit of a benefit to it. At the end of this video, in a few minutes, you guys will see a clip of my total damage done for this dungeon, and the maximum amount of damage I've been able to put out for a dungeon with this Wildfire Cluster Legendary is 11.2% of my base damage. That's 0.1% more than my Raptor Strike. And you're supposed to be trading off your kill command to get a 25% damage boost for your Raptor Strike. That's crazy, man. How is a legendary effect gonna literally do, I mean, yeah, it is only 0.1%, but still more than my main spam ability. It's just crazy. So at the end of this video, you guys will see the numbers for this entire run and the uses of what abilities I did, etc. So just saying that, it's just nuts hearing it and just watching the damage as I'm narrating over this video. It's just crazy. So with that being said, it's an astounding amount of damage increase. 11.1% is what I did for a Raptor Strike as total percentage throughout the dungeon, and 11.2% is what I did overall throughout the dungeon for my Wildfire Cluster Legendary. In my opinion, plain and simple, go for the Wildfire Cluster Legendary. It does so much damage, especially if you're a PvEer. I have yet to try these both out in PvP. I have also yet to try out the legendary that drops from Sludgefish that gives you a 15% chance on use of Raptor Strike or Mongoose Bite to give you a free charge of your bomb. So when I get that legendary and I have some more, I will definitely test them and bring you guys the results. In that case, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. It took so long for me to get to this point and make this video. I'm sorry it took so long. It was just a lot of farming and a lot of testing. I had to make sure I had the right information for you guys. I didn't want to bring you something stupid. So please, if you did like the video, don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more hunter content always. I'm hoping to level a monk and my shaman here soon, so I can get some of that play for you guys up on the channel. And with that being said, smash that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. CantDrop out.